Okay, so what if you're wanting to start a new fishing YouTube channel? Chris asked several questions, which I'll do in over a course of several videos here, because you can't do it all in one shot. He asked about gear. The last question was about gear, what camera to use, and all that kind of thing. And I'll say this more than once. If you're just starting out, you need to decide right now, is this just going to be a hobby, or you want to do this to make a living? All right? Because the answer to that question, we're going to go down two separate paths. Frankly, if you're just wanting to start for a hobby, I would just start with a cell phone. I would use your cell phone. Literally just use your cell phone to get some fishing footage and call it a day. If you want to spend a little bit more money, I'd get a GoPro, chest mount, and call it a day. And just put out content whenever you want, however you want, and have fun doing it. And that's really about all you need to know. I mean, if it's just a hobby, right? If you have any, and I mean any, inkling to make money at this, even if it's just off to the side, and especially if you want to do this as a full-time career, because content creation is a great career. Look, this is what I'm doing, right? We got to go down a whole different path. You're looking at full-blown mirrorless cameras with a detachable lens. I'm using a cinema camera, separate audio from the recording, a separate video recorder for recording in ProRes HQ, color grading it in post, syncing the audio and the video, just like in the movies, right? I got color cards, things like that, because I want every one of my fishing videos to be like a little miniature documentary film, like watching one of the old Jacques Cousteau documentaries. Now, I think everyone should start with what you have. Don't wait to get a great camera. I started with a hat cam from Contour Rome on a whole other YouTube channel called Greenhorn Gardening. I was doing a gardening channel. And then I started this channel with the same hat cam. It was on a hat, and it was a Contour Rome. This was back when GoPro wasn't the big dog it is now. It was Contour Rome, it was GoPro, Sony had some things going, and everybody was vying for this action camera, point of view camera market. And I chose the Contour Rome because I could figure I could put it on my head, I could turn on, off, I didn't have to be checking anything. And it worked. It worked I produced probably hundreds of videos with that thing. Hundreds of videos with that thing. You just go back and look at some of my early footage. It's horrible. It's horrible. But it doesn't matter what camera you use, okay? If you're really serious, I would get your cell phone, get an external microphone for that cell phone. I will go to a company called Small Rig and buy a cell phone cage that will put your cell phone Let me show you. You see this cage? This is a camera cage. I have it's the same one on the camera you're seeing recording now, but it's like a cube camera that fits in here. Well, you can get one of these for a cell phone that's, you know, long and narrow and sort of things, and it has a frame around it where you can mount all kinds of stuff on it, right? That's why I have my microphone here. I can't photo it because I'm using it. I can't, right? I'm down to one camera now since the other one fell into the water. And I guess I did lose a camera earlier this year. Just never said anything about it. Get your cell phone. Start with your cell phone. Go to Small Rig. Get their cell phone filmmaker's kit or something that has a frame for your cell phone. Buy an external microphone, what's called a shotgun microphone, right? And it comes with a little selfie stick as well. So as you have really good audio, your cell phone is really two cameras, the camera pointing to you and then the camera that's pointing out there. That's what I would start with. And I just, you know, maybe you can buy an affordable a very super lightweight tripod. You can put that on there. That's what I would start with if you already have a cell phone, and you probably do. Use what you have, right? If you want to spend a little more, get a GoPro. Chest mount it. And that way, whenever you're fishing, all you got to do is hit the record button or whatever the voice activation is, GoPro record, or have it cycling back around and recording as, you know, there's different modes and stuff. I never have used GoPro because I went on a different path. I wanted to make documentary films, and that led me to a whole different path in terms of the equipment I would need. It's a little juvenile channel catfish. We've been catching a lot of them in this little hole or this little swim. Night crawlers with one of my thump rigs. You can often combine fishing methods to come up with something that really works well. Center pin rod, rigged in a Michigan style handle or grip. Oh God, you got me tangled into a mess here now. Great. How in the world? All right, so center pin rod, adjustable handle, Michigan style. One of my thump rigs, the small version, single blade today. About 18 inches of 3X tippet, about 9-pound test. Swivel number 14, 2 split shots, 10-pound test, floating center pin mainline. Going to one of my floats, rigged in Avon River style, which I'll be putting on the website soon. Should be cheaper than the main one because it's a lot less work for me. And this is what we've been using. It's better for moving water because you have all this is below the water, all this is above the water, and it acts like a keel. Keeps it straight. You can control your drift really well. It attaches just like my dad did with just basically vinyl, tubing, and it won't move. And that's very similar to what my dad used to have. It's almost exactly the same size. Tipping it with night crawlers.